Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew. Born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue, through the silence and the roar. Still blue, even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shed and crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew. Born for this, I'm still blue. Still
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. I do hope you're all doing well. Today we'll talk about Garnacho, João Pedro, Xavi Simons, Estevão Willian, and more importantly, overall, this is the preview of Chelsea's 5-1 trashing of West Ham United on their own turf, on their carpet. We're here to talk about that, even though we went down as early as 6 minutes, a goal down, we were able to come back strongly and beat them at the end of the day. But more importantly, I do hope you're doing well, and thank you once again for finding the time to be part of the conversation. Sincerely do appreciate you all, and some great performance from all Chelsea players combined. But that's, by the way, we will start by addressing some news items we have lined up. I really would like us to round up as soon as possible because, yeah, we want to be watching every game. So we'll be doing weekly review of the Premier League and other leagues for the sister channel. But more importantly, thank you once again for finding the time to join the conversation. Sincerely do appreciate you all. 2 likes only. I know we can do a lot better than that. 9 people following the show on YouTube. In total, we have 42. 9 on YouTube. The rest is shared between X and Facebook, where that equally Coachella doesn't know. But yeah, we appreciate your like. We still beg for likes because we're not a big account yet. And the likes that do go a long way for us. The more likes we garner, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered and be forced to push the stream to more people who will be interested in the topics we have lined up. So this particular one is just showing Xavi Simons' standout performance against Bayern, even though they were trashed 6-0. I don't want to go to the extent of looking at his numbers, but yeah, he stood out. So we're signing their best players, the best player you could argue, or one of their best players, just to be fair there. But I can't wait for us to get this deal across the line. He makes us even stronger, brings some much needed balance in our attacking area, as I've told you before. He's more of a traditional 10 than a winger. All the players we have playing in the 10 position for us right now are players who normally play on the flanks, but are able to fulfill the number 10 role. So I am very happy, and I still do believe we'll get the deal across the line. The sooner the better, because yeah, he completes it. He brings that much needed balance, and it's something I've said 1,000 times here, but facts don't change. Usually, players as good as Xavi Simons, they don't do much defensively, but as good as he is, he still does a lot defensively, tracks back effectively, wins the balls a lot of the times in the final third. He's that good and has excellent vision and passing range. So I'm happy. It looks like, yeah, eventually the deal will happen. There's something else I wanted to show us here. Give me 1 second here. Let me find it. Something you could, when you see it, you'd say, yeah, he's definitely saying bye to now he's definitely saying bye to the to Leipzig faithful. Let me try and find it quickly, but keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 17 likes, we definitely can do a lot better than that. I think it's which one is that? Give me a second here. I'll find it. Not that particular one. I think probably this one that this bro responded to. 17 people following the show on YouTube, but just 2 likes. We can do a lot better than that. More likes, people. More likes. The likes do go a long way. So this year, and I created the graphics with it, but now I don't know why. Listen, if it's not leaving, I don't see the reason. The Leipzig, I think that's definitely their X account because yeah, that's the Grok logo there. I don't see a reason why the Leipzig admin would say again, would you wave the hand with Xavi and then tag the Xavi Simons handle. Maybe chances are he's trolling Chelsea fans because he knows, yeah, he knows again he's well aware of the talks going on between the two clubs and the player wanting to join Chelsea. Chances are he's trolling Chelsea fans. Chances are it's him saying goodbye because yeah, we were told before that game that particular game may well be his last game for Leipzig. But I can't wait for this baller to join us. He makes us stronger, more creative outlet for us, reduces the creative burden on Cole Palmer. I get it. We won, and we won convincingly yesterday. And had he, you can say, if he was already a Chelsea player and he was on the pitch, I think chances I would score a lot more goals. Yeah, but a lot of positives yesterday. Scored goals from, I think, three of them from corner kick. People weren't patient enough with the with the set piece coach, which I've always told people. It's a gradual process. You're not gonna we're not gonna be seeing results immediately, but we'll be seeing improvement. And you could argue he was responsible um, for helping Robert Sanchez increase his high acclaim numbers, which in turn helps us address the problem we had in the past when it comes to dealing with set piece situations. But that's, by the way, for me, this is, you could argue, definitely a sign that yeah, he's leaving Leipzig and heading to Chelsea, or maybe just Leipzig admin trolling us because he knows, yeah, the two clubs, the Leipzig and Chelsea, are in talks. But I want this baller to join us. He makes us stronger, reduces the creative burden on Cole Palmer, and can get you goals too. But pardon me, I need to take a sip of my coffee before I lose my voice. Okay. Right, what do we have here? Cole Palmer, aka Nemanja Fowler, says Bayern whooped. Yep, they whooped Leipzig 6-0. Yeah, it was crazy. Leipzig needs Nkunku. They do need him. You could, yeah, I think that's the truth. Yep. Hey, and if you can, please smash that like button. Every like pushes the stream to more Chelsea fans worldwide. Let's hit 100 likes today. I think we can. If you're happy, we won the way we did it. Please take a second, drop a like on the video. It doesn't even hurt. Or maybe because we're streaming in the vertical format and people aren't that familiar with the format, just press and hold your screen for just about a second. Then you see the bells and whistles, including the like, comment, and share options. Share options, please help us garner more likes. And yeah, my bro, Kojo Anyamado, thank you once again for reposting the stream. Once again, I'd like to remind you, I don't take that for granted. I sincerely do appreciate that. It does help a lot. And my sister here, my Ghanaian sister, Shay Wendy, reposted the stream too. Thank you so much again. I appreciate that. Big up, big up, big up to you too. More music. Keep the blue flag flying high and up the chows indeed. Yep, we're cooking. I'm happy. At least we took our chances. Outperformed our XG. We were lethal, potent. You could say that. Enzo has been quiet these first two games. No, he did well. But T1, nice to see you once again. I know you're not a newcomer here. It's been a while, and I hope your absence simply means that, yeah, that you've been busy, and if that's the case, we're happy for you. But yeah, I can't wait for this baller to join us. He makes us stronger. Whoever needs to go needs to be gone as soon as soon as possible, so that, yeah, we can get this baller, add him to our team. All right, this one here. Let's see. I wanted to read because we don't have too many stuff lined up that we need to address before we get into the match review proper. I think it's important. Okay, this is not the one. This is mine. I wanted to see Vince's because there were a lot of comments under it to see what Chelsea fans will make of this. Because a scenario, maybe him waving in a picture, and the Leipzig admin waving back, pointing to his handle. I mean, it's open to interpretation. He could be trolling us, so let's be cautious there. 1 second, I'm gonna create a banner. Yeah, because we still do beg for likes. Apologies. Yeah, I should have done that in the template so that once we start the show, just click it and it will be there. So as usual, world champions. Yeah, we're actually still world champions, and we'll be world champions for 4 years. And listen, I do whatever you can. Make life unbearable for haters, for the opposition fans. Let them always remind them that we're world champions, irrespective of what happens, and nobody uh, can say otherwise. Yeah, until 4 years, and even after that, we change the argument to, yeah, we won the first edition of the real Club World Cup trophy. Yeah, just give me 1 second here. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And let's hear your thoughts on that game. We'd still continue addressing the news items we have lined up before we get to match review exercise proper. 1 second here. One second. Where is it? All right, there you go. That's like 15 seconds. All right, let's go. More likes, people. More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Yep. Excellent performance, especially given the fact that we went one goal down on, I think, within 6 minutes and we didn't even look as if we were losing. We didn't sulk. We picked things up, pressured them to stupor, in my opinion. But that's by the way. Let's see. So, this man looks like he will eventually join Chelsea. And something else we did talk about yesterday and the day before was that, yeah, I don't think he'd be rejecting clubs left, right, front, and center if we hadn't promised him that, yeah, we're definitely going to push to get the deal across the line because it'd be a huge risk if he's rejecting clubs without being sure that we're going to get the deal across the line, that could lead to him again remaining at Leipzig when he'd already told them he wants to leave. And Victor forget something that which was why I asked you your number yesterday, but I will take care of that later. So Vic, how are you doing? I appreciate you finding the time to join me on the panel. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you, and thank you once again.
Yeah, Kochila, I'm doing okay. Good morning.
Good morning. It looks like you're using Sheraton Hotel's Wi-Fi today, not Mama Put.
Hey, my wife, my network sometimes it fluctuates. Sometimes today is good, tomorrow you will not even know whether it will be good tomorrow or not.
No, but believe me, I understand. Believe me, I understand. I want to ask you this: what do you make of this picture? Okay, yeah, I'm sure you've seen that he did play against a Bayern and finished the game with a rating of a 7.0, the best player on the day for them. Openda finished with 6.3, 6.7. That's close. That's Slaga. Is that how you? No, it's the closest is Seawald. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce them. And then, but here's this picture here. That was yesterday. This wasn't old. That's Siemens on the pitch waving. You could something you can interpret to him waving. Just let's stick with waving. And then the Leipzig admin waved back, mentioning his handle. This could be him just saying hello, and the Leipzig admin waving back, or maybe trolling Chelsea fans, and knowing with that, I'm quite sure he's well aware of the fact that yeah, we're trying to sign him. But I want to know your theory, your interpretation of this picture.
Kochila, this guy, I told you, was it yesterday that this guy is already our player. It's just a matter of some things that needed to be,
The
to be put in
outgoings to,
place in
like Dante
Chelsea.
said, to be
Y-
sure that
y-
we were able
Yeah,
to sign him if he joins there. But go ahead.
yeah, the deal is already done. I think that he knows. Sometimes when you check Chelsea players when they post on Instagram, he used to like it and all those things. He's already our player. It's just a matter of time for everything to be concluded. We need to sell some players to make sure that our book is balanced so that we not have problem with FA. That's the only thing that is,
I think more
still
importantly
keeping him
to
at.
be able to register him.
Yeah, to be able to register him and other new players. Some of our new players are not registered yet. According to the news I saw day before yesterday, that we have only but less than 2 weeks to register some of our new players. And when it comes to his rating, I don't know much about him, and I think that he's a wonderful player. For him to have such rating in that, because I saw that 6-0, I was like, wow, they were beaten mercilessly, and seeing that he got the highest rating among the whole players in the Leipzig, it means he's a top player, and that's the
He
kind
is.
of player we need in our team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a top talent, and yeah. But thank you for joining me on the panel here. We take it slowly. Let's see what else we have here. Queries, Das Queries says that's beautiful. I'm crying. What a game! Amazing, true passion. It should have ended. Yeah, 8-1. Estevao moment, Enzo moment, and the penalty that was not given. I think you could argue usually when the score line is already high, usually referees don't pay so much attention to such calls. Even didn't even check it, but I think the VAR did definitely. That's the job. But Heston, yeah, could have been 8, and it wasn't
But
luck.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why that penalty was not given. I don't know. If you ask me the reason why that penalty was not given, I cannot tell you, because the hand
I
was
heard
not.
the
Yeah,
commentator said I think the distance between the defender and I can't quite remember the explanation. Maybe I need to listen. Listen, I think if it was really a penalty, in all honesty, sentiments aside, or maybe the fact that we're Chelsea fans, because yeah, bias comes into play, irrespective of how much you try. I think they explained it, and at the time, I think yeah, I listened. I was like, okay, maybe that may well have been the case. I'd have to listen to the explanation again because it helps one when such occurs next time. You'd know why it wasn't given. Because I don't think my argument that yeah, probably because the scoreline was already high. I I don't know, but I'd have to. I want to pay attention to it again, to what they said, the explanation they gave at the time. Not to, you could say, not to just conclude that yeah, that should have been a penalty. But go ahead with what you were saying.
yeah, because FA rules sometimes I don't know if they modifies it every season, every year, because the hand is not on his body. He didn't hide his hand. The hand was out, and the ball hit his hand, which is a normal thing, a normal penalty. I don't buy the idea that the scoreline is was high.
No,
No,
it
no.
just
Even
doesn't make
even if
sense.
we are
I
beating
agree.
them 10-0, even if we are beating them 10-0, if penalty comes, the penalty should be given.
Yeah,
So
but
I
there was
don't
a
I don't know.
time without the VAR. Usually, if the side you could say that's calling for the penalty is leading with the high number, if it's a high score line and the penalty would go to the winning side without the VAR, usually yeah, there's no pressure to actually look at it because yeah, you're already winning and the game is gone, something like that. But I don't think that argument makes sense right now because the VAR is there to aid the referees the decision that the referee makes on the pitch. So, but I think the explanation was something to the effect of him being too close to the ball and couldn't have done anything to stop it from touching his hand. I can't quite remember, but I need to listen to it for yeah, learn exactly what happened and then be able to judge and not wait for you say for explanations before telling others yeah this the reason why it wasn't given as a penalty. But I get your point there. We have yeah Paul Messon in the house. I'm guessing Tebe. Ooh, big up to you Tebe. Hey, if that's you, I appreciate you finding time to join the conversation. How are you doing?
Come on, bro, how do you know it's me?
Because I know you'd be the one that would do such thing.
Big
Big
up,
up,
bro. How
big
are
up,
you?
big up. I can't complain, man. I can't complain. I think we're still at we were you could say the comment on the screen derailed us on led to or you could say led to us talking about the game, but we'll still get to the game. We will still get to the game. So, but here are the two things we've talked about already. Xavi Simons finished that game that they were trashed 6-0 by Bayern. He finished with a rating of 7.0. The closest to him Seawald finished with 6.8. And then here, I want your interpretation of this picture here. I'm quite sure you've seen it too.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, it seems like it's a goodbye from RB Leipzig for Xavi Simons. They know probably this is his last game. Maybe before the transfer window closes, he might go to Chelsea. Nothing is guaranteed at the moment, but again, most likely he'll go to Chelsea if he leaves RB Leipzig. So overall, I've watched a few minutes. Man, by mention were all over RB Leipzig, and then they by an attack. Oh my gosh, man! So
Victor said they need Nkunku. Victor says Leipzig needs Nkunku.
yeah, then they really need a refreshment in their attack. But yeah, I mean, I watched 15 minutes or 20 minutes, so and so. By minutes were all over them, but overall. Man, we need Xavi Simons. We need another attacker in our squad. Yes, we might 1-5-1, but again, having another attacker is so good for the club. So hopefully, this deal can be done before the transfer window closes.
And to be more specific, an attacker slash creator too, because he's an excellent creator, has excellent passing range. And with him, you could argue, yeah, we have more players that can help us defend from the final third because he's good at again contributing defensively. Dan Daskari says that João Pedro was amazing, 6 goals in 7 games. One person in the comments after buying him saying this: when you play against him, you hate it, but when he plays for you, you're so happy about it. Wow, I like that comment. His thing about Chelsea fans, uh, we always prefer the fancier names or the bigger names. We don't care how much groundwork or background work, however you want to phrase it, that the R scout and the directors that they've done before insisting on a player. We don't respect that until I think for in that aspect you could say yeah until seeing is believing. That's the modus operandi of Chelsea fans. Except if you're a popular name like Nico Williams or had we gone for Osimhen, I think yeah they'd be happier. But believe me, we signed a more complete player in João Pedro. I'm not saying Osimhen is a bad player, but I believe, and you can say a player that's also more suitable to the way the manager likes to operate. That's the most important thing. And one of the things I've always told people, you should be careful. We should be careful the profile of striker we're pushing for the club to sign. But one thing that always gave me confidence has always been the fact that yeah, irrespective of what we think, the club will always do what's best for the club and not what the fans want. Do I think that the fans' opinion wield some measure of influence with regards to what the club does? Yeah, but not in terms of signing players. Go ahead, Victor. You wanted to say something?
When you talk about high profile, Chelsea getting high profile players, Ibrahimovic was the one. I think he's the pioneer of getting high profile players to Chelsea.
Mhm.
He's been our when you talk about buying big names, he initiated
That's
it
his
in
thing. Yeah,
Chelsea.
that's his thing.
Yeah, yeah, and it worked for him, and it worked for him. And when Todd Bowley came, he tried to toe that line, but it seems he didn't work that well. And he learned his lesson. He learned his lesson and
And
started,
more importantly, football has changed. You can't spend for the
ex-
sake of
ex-
spending these days.
yeah, exactly. And he has learned his lesson, and he started trying other way, which is we are trying to see it's working, but we are trying to see still work in progress.
It's really working. I mean, we're ahead of time actually. And here's the thing, in all honesty, Tobeho, you're my witness. I've always told people the truth remains the path taken needs patience. It will eventually click, but we need to be patient. Now, the future is bright, so bright that you need glasses to look at it so you don't hurt your eyes. I was always concerned about the immediate future, whether we're going to be able to endure. But we're ahead of time, and I think that helps because you could see the transition of those that were skeptical about the whole model, the owners, name calling them, hitting on the players. Some have apologized publicly, and I respect. What's his name? I respect what's this content creator for apologizing publicly. Some haven't. Some uh they're taking the chameleon route to the transition process of transitioning from being the most negative, biggest account in the Chelsea community to being the you say the most positive. I know you know exactly what I mean. But that's
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
way. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Because when this thing started, I was part of it. When you were a Chelsea fan, Chelsea fans, they believe in this. Okay, already made players. That's what they are known for. Like something that okay, we are born into. This is who Chelsea. Okay, this is who Chelsea is. They are known for okay buying already made players. But when you are trying to bring them out of that circle, that's what they are known for, and try to initiate another pattern, there will be a backlash. They will protest. They will trying to say this thing it will not work, it will not work, it will not work.
Yeah.
I think that was what everybody was like. Most Chelsea fans were like, okay, this thing will not work. But I'm surprised. It's I thought it would take time, a long time, but it didn't take that much time for them to be trying to
Here's
click.
the thing. Something I'm going to say is this. I understand that, and I've always said I respect every fan's opinion. Why? Whatever they're saying to some extent does come from a place of love.
Yeah.
They just want the club, but sometimes, yeah, there's something called overboard, overkill. When you overdo it, then you're just doing it for the sake of, you can say, being part of a campaign, just following the punch. That's the sort of behavior that I don't like in the fan base. But if you can speak and speak objectively about what you perceive as what the owners are doing right, then I'd listen to you and I would want to have a conversation with you. Just as I've told some, listen, if you want to talk to me, I would debate you on your favorite content creators platform. And some of them said no, so we can talk on X. I said no, I'm tired of keep dealing with keyboard warriors. I want you to be on a panel. We debate in a civilized manner. Present your arguments. Tell me Todboli and Co are shit, and I'll tell you why they're not shit. Tell me the model isn't going to work, and if I believe it's going to work, I'll tell you how it's going to work and when it will start working. That's the sort of argument I like, and not just you. See. My biggest problem is with some of those fans who just out there screaming, "These owners are shit. These owners don't know anything," and then the most senseless argument I've heard our fans say is that they're here to make profit and not to win. How possible is that? That is not possible. But because they just want to be part of a campaign, they're not even listening to what they're saying. How, if you're saying they're here just to flip players to make profit, how many players are they going to flip to even break even? To get how many players would they flip to? Even flipping players will not be enough to cover the salary of players, let alone break even and start making gains. Look at it. They've been here for 2 years. Even after selling so many players, we still, yeah, lost money. Not just 10 million, up to 100 plus. One of the seasons. So football is a result-driven business. If you don't win, you're not going to make a profit. So, what sort of sense does it make to them to say they're not here to win, they're just here to make profit? And you think they're stupid not to know, they're stupid enough not to know, so stupid that they don't know that, yeah, you have to spend them billions, that it would take years to even start making profit, even after part of the contract was that they're not going to take any profit until after 10 years. Tell me, that's the sort of thing when I hear, then I don't want to talk with the person, I debate with the person anymore, because they simply don't know, they're not reasoning logically, if that makes sense. So I get it. Every fan's opinion does come from a place of love until it becomes stupid, until they start saying they're here to flip players and make gain. Flip how many players? Does that make sense? You think they don't know that you'd have to be in the Champions League? You'd have to win a lot of trophies to attract the biggest sponsors in football. Do you think they don't know that? So that's the sort of thing that I don't just want to hear. Those are just the ones that are reasoning logically, just saying whatever, echoing whatever their favorite account, you can say hosts say. Okay, and that says I feel it. That's nice to see you once again. Thank you so much for that sweet comment up there. If we were streaming in landscape format, I'd pop the balloons and the fireworks. Rivals think we better without Palmer. Here's the thing. There's a caveat to that. Um, you could say no, some truth, but not necessarily. I wouldn't just. I don't think we should go that route. No, it just doesn't make sense now because we're more of a unit. Even if it's on the pitch, we're still more of a unit than we were under Pochettino. I don't know where that argument comes in, but right now, if he's in the team, we're better. If it's not in the team, we're still fine because we're more of a unit. I'm just going to stick with that, if that makes sense. What else do we have here? Driscoll Hall could have. Okay. Maybe again you didn't phrase that correctly, but that's by the way. Anybody else want to say anything else before we move to the next one? Tabeo, did you talk
Yeah,
about? Okay, I
Yeah.
think you talked about
Uh,
Simmons. Go ahead, Victor.
okay. The guy that was saying that we are better without Palmer. I don't think somebody. I don't think we need to be talking about this. I don't
No,
think that we
yeah,
need to
because
be
we're more of
saying
a
things
unit
like
now.
this.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
I don't think that we should be talking about this. How can you even say that we are better without Palmer? Palmer, in what way? Oh, I don't get it. I saw I saw so many accounts tweeting this kind of a thing. I was like, Palmer, you are saying that okay, we are better without playing with Palmer. Kojila, all those things, I don't think it's necessary when you are,
No, it's not necessary.
when you are
Yeah,
supporting a club and you see your best player, and you say that okay, we are better without playing him. No, it's
but
unfair. I don't think
yeah,
it's
no,
good.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's okay to say that because we're more of a unit now. Even under Enzo Maresca, even from mid-season to the end Club World Cup, I think if you paid attention, you would have learned that yeah, he's one of our best players, part of the squad. We're better whenever he's on the pitch, but we didn't rely on him mainly. And at the Club World Cup, he showed up again in the final, but he played the other games. He wasn't perfect in them, created chances, did what he did.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
that just shows you we're more of again a unit than we were under Pochettino. It's not about him now, but I don't think it's correct
yeah,
to say that we're better off without him in the team. No, he's part of the squad, which was why we won the final. When it's time for him to, you can say, do his thing, he did it. We needed him in that final, and he performed. In the other games, you can say he wasn't. We didn't see the best of him until the final. Maybe, yeah. If he listen, the whole my point is we're more of a unit than we were under Pochettino when he had. You can say he had. You can say he had many hero moments, and he didn't hesitate. He took them all. He stood out. And at the time, yeah, I agree that yeah, we were Copama FC, but under Enzo Maresca mid-season and up, that changed. We became more of a unit. He makes us stronger. He's part of the squad. It's not about him anymore, whether he scores or not. We're still able to win games. And but he's that
yeah.
player.
If
He's that player that under uh, difficult circumstances is able to pull the rabbit out of the hat to help us win a game. Go ahead.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that okay, even though Palmer didn't play much today, Chelsea is going to win the game. If he plays, he there is something he
Even
brings to
better.
our game.
Hmm.
That's another thing.
Even
That's
better if he
another thing.
plays. If he doesn't play, fine.
Yeah, if he doesn't play, fine. If he plays, there's
Even better.
that thing he brings into our game. So that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Anything you want to add to that particular topic before we move on? We have, I
Yeah,
think, one, two
yeah,
news items to talk about, but go ahead.
yeah. I just want to talk about the topic of opinions. If I don't like your opinion, especially on X, I'll call you out. I don't because there's this other guy called Paul Mason, right? I don't like him. Every time when he talk about Chelsea, it seems like he knows everything. But when it comes to Arsenal or his favorite clubs, he doesn't say bad things about him. So that's why I'm name my name Paul Mason. Today immediately he says my opinion. I don't care about his opinion because always when you talk about Chelsea, you talk about negative things. But at the end of the day, what did Arsenal win recently? Nothing. Chelsea won 2 trophies. He doesn't say anything. So in terms of that, if I don't like you or I don't like your opinion, I think I'll call you out. I don't care whether you are someone else. I don't want to mention names here because we should respect people, but you know what I mean. Some content creators, if I don't like them, I'm going to call them out.
Yeah, I mean, fight them the way you want. As I've said before, I respect everybody's opinion until if I find out that you're just being disingenuous, you don't know how to speak objectively, then I will stop talking with you. And as I've said, I've told a lot of them, book it on your favorite content creators platform. I will come challenge you on the ownership and everything you're saying about like the nonsense about they're here for profit, not to win. I don't know how that's possible, but that's by the way. We move on to the next item we have lined up. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. It looks like a lot of people prefer transfer news topics these days rather than the match um, review, but the mix is fine. I think we're getting closer and closer to 1,000 views in the back end. It's 577 right now. 19 people still following the show on YouTube, but we need more likes, people. More likes. Here's what you do because we're swimming in a vertical format. Press and hold your screen for just about a second. Then you see all the bells and whistles, including the like, comment, and share options. Yeah, hopefully we'll round up soon because I really want to watch the game. Okay, Bayern Munich's Max Ibal, Nicolas Jackson is now the topic for us. Here's the thing. This is not because they don't want him. I'm gonna say probably because we don't want to sell him. We don't want to loan him out. We want to sell him on a permanent, and they want him on loan. And everything you need to conclude that, yeah, that's probably because we don't want to loan him to them. We want to sell him on a permanent. Here's why I said that their hierarchy we heard a few days ago. They've said, yeah, from now on, uh, we're looking for only loan deals, no permanent deals. And for us, we're not looking to loan any of our players out, except if that particular player, if we want him back in the future, to return again from the loan spell and still be part of the squad. Otherwise, a permanent deal or not. But Tevejo, let's hear your thoughts. I think that's because, yeah, he's saying this because we probably have refused to loan players to them. But if they want the player on a permanent, let's talk.
You talk about which player coach was out.
Max
Talk about
on Nicolas Jackson. We heard that they were one of the clubs interested in signing Nicolas Jackson, but now Ibal is saying Nicolas Jackson is not a topic for them. I'm saying that's because probably we've refused a loan deal. We want a permanent deal.
Yeah, overall, I think they think that we are kind of stupid because we also that they have money. They made an offer for Nick Baltamara and the offer was rejected. Now they want loan moves. I don't see that working for us. Hopefully, hopefully, when Nicholas Jackson goes, hopefully will be a permanent deal or will be an loan with an obligation to buy no clause of if doesn't play certain games and everything, he should return to Chelsea. I don't want that anymore. If the player's leaving, let the player leave. So Bayern Munich, I think they're trying to be smart, but at the end of the day, we all saw that they have money.
Yeah, and they don't. Yeah, I don't think they want the player even with an obligation or an option for a permanent purchase. They just want a loan, a dry loan, and we're not looking to do that. I think before we even listen to them, it'd be that, yeah, maybe with an obligation for a permanent purchase, but I don't trust them. they're so not nice. Like, look what they're doing to German teams. They buy your best player. You could argue just to weaken you. They've done that a lot to Dortmund and other clubs there. But uh, they're dealing. You can say not Chelsea. They can't do that with Chelsea, especially under our current ownership. If you see that you do what they want, or they don't talk to you. But yeah, Victor, let's hear your thoughts. But first of all, I want to say hello to this guy that I don't like at all in the blue Tiffle game. This is Big Up Coach. I hope we have a great season, preferably without your fraudulent takes. Nonsense, man. Look at me reading that with all I read that with all seriousness, thinking he was. You see, he's learned how to get me. Starts with a very, very nice comment, and by the time I realize he's saying some shit about me, it'd be too late. I don't like you, man. I think, and he's still a moderator. Let me block him immediately. All right, much love to you, bro. I appreciate you. I miss you, bro, and sorry that I haven't said hello to you. Um, I was gonna ask you, are you London will always be blue on Instagram? That person behaves like you. But that's by the way, was it Victor? Victor, let's hear your thoughts about Maxi Bau's comment. They do want Jackson because they want players in the attacking area. Um, but I probably
Uh,
we've refused to talk to them because they want him on loan. But go ahead.
uh, um, when you want something, you go for it. When you want player, when you really want player, you go for it and you pay for the player. Bayern coming for Jackson for a loan move. I don't think that they really want him. Maybe they just want to do experiments. After if the experiment maybe it didn't work, they will push him back to Chelsea. And I like what Chelsea is doing. Okay, we don't want loan move. We want outright sell. So I don't. I think that okay, if they really want to buy Jackson, they will pay and get him. But if they don't want to buy him, they will try and be okay, trying to lure him to their club with a loan move. And
You
I
could
don't think
say
Chelsea
I think
is
it'd be correct to
really
say they just want a
ready
temporary
to let
solution.
him go on loan. At the end of the day, maybe next year he will be back in Chelsea and selling him.
Just go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I think that's a delay in communication here. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. The thing is that if they want to buy Jackson, let them come, let them bring money. We sell him outright. We don't want to sell on loan. We don't want to give them Jackson on loan. The thing is that some clubs I don't know what they take Chelsea for. Some of them they think that players from Chelsea is a maybe a manna from heaven. They try to get them on loan. You know, Dortmund trying to get Chukwuemeka on loan. He was on loan to their club throughout last year, and this year again they want to have him on loan again, which is very ridiculous. If you want player, buy him, pay for him, and have him as your player instead of okay, you have him on loan last year. This year you still want to have him on loan again. That's ridiculous. That's it.
That's actually redonkulous, not even ridiculous. It's more than ridiculous, in my opinion. In Bayern's case, they just want a temporary solution. I don't think they really like Nicolas Jackson. They know he provides. He will be a good cover for Harry Kane, and probably because you could say from their perspective, we're desperate to get rid of players. Which could argue there's some truth to that because yeah, they know that we are. They know we're pushing to sign Xavi Simons, and they know it's out there that we need to move on players, either Nicolas Jackson or Christopher Nkunku, to be able to get that deal across the line. So yeah, to them, from their perspective, we're desperate, and they're probably they believe they can get him on loan just for cover. They don't really like him, and I agree with you. But he'd be a good cover for Harry Kane. So yeah, so I agree with your point that yeah, they don't really need him. And Del Wilson is saying that Jackson. It says Jackson should go to Newcastle. Give them Cisse or Demba vibes. Do I think? they're gonna pay up. We'll see. He may well still end up there, or even Aston Villa. We've heard they're really pushing to get the deal across the line, and it's believable given the fact that he played on the Good Evening, or yeah, let's use his real name, um, Unai Emery at Villarreal. But let's see what happens there. All right, we need a BVB to buy to recoup Gittins. I think we're close to finalizing Chukwuemeka's move to Dortmund. We heard a few days ago. We sold them. We're selling him to them for less than the amount we paid for him. But here's the thing: with the heavy sell-on clause, so Dortmund. So chances are in 2 years' time they flip him for 100 million plus, and given inflation, probably it should be around 150, and then we'll make a lot. Let me just not off the top of my head throw numbers at you. It just wouldn't make sense. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So buy-in for me, yeah, they won. They want to take advantage of our situation, but we've refused. We have Tom Veloso 360, Estevao Brazil Palmeiras, now a Chelsea player. But yeah, you can say Palmeiras breed. Yeah, excellent player. I love him. I was never concerned. But I've always known his starting life as a Chelsea player. There will be some stuff that some people will we could say will hold on to and not let go. Those looking for excuses to say, yeah, he's not all that. I've always known he's the guy. That kid is a special talent, and I've told people before, I don't see him failing at Chelsea. If anything, the start wouldn't be perfect, but you still see that he's such a magician or talent, actually. Look at him. He won man of the match. I get it. Some people are saying it's PR and all that. You need to go watch the game. You need to watch the game. And one thing that stood out for me, the fact that after mistakes, he was still playing as if nothing happened. That's to show you the sort of player he is. And kudos to Palmeiras manager, who, when he was, you could say, appealing to us to take care of him, he did say something to the effect of, he will make mistakes. And that's the truth. The kid is just 18. But look at him. Didn't look out of place playing, again, amongst older players. And he was still brilliant on the day. One man of the match. And I want to call out my friend in Ryan or Carlito. Yeah, all the stuff he said about Estevao. Yeah, the kid will need to go out on loan. Maybe he was just being provocative, but I've always known, yeah, if anything, he will need, you can say, a few games to show that level that he can play on at, or maybe that you can say the level of performance that he's capable of producing. But he will not have a bad game. That's the sort of player he is. He has the intelligence. As small as he is, he can be physical. As small as he is, he cannot muscle him off the ball easily. You commit a foul in the process. And he can get you goals. And those wonder goals he scored for Palmeiras, I think we'll still see that. Yeah. So we're blessed to have him. And I remember telling people between him, some weren't happy that we didn't sign the one that went to Real Madrid. And I told them we actually signed the better of the two players. Because for him, he's more of finesse than power, but he has both. But the guy that went to Madrid, what's his name again? The one that got married the other day and was, to him, more power than finesse. And the Estevao, for me, the more creative of the two players, in my opinion. But Rugged Frankie, nice to see you, Rugged Frankie. I do hope you're doing well. Good morning to you too. Happy weekend. It is a happy weekend indeed. Yeah, definitely a happy weekend. And we played on a Friday, so that sets the tone. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah. So yeah, we can watch other games and relax, and a bit of pressure on our rivals to win their games, and it's a good thing we played on a Friday. But again, Frankie, nice to see you, my Canadian bro. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding time to join the conversation. So yeah, this one here, it turns out called Ice Palmer or Cole Palmer, whatever you want to call him, yeah, wasn't fully fit. And I remember during the match review, people again were singling out where you could say pointing fingers at Enzo Fernandez, and I told them even Cole Palmer too looked off, looked like he wasn't fully fit, and it turns out that was the case. So this particular report here, not report, you could say Vince quoting Enzo Maresca on Cole Palmer. In the last 4 or 5 days, he was not 100%. In the warm up, he felt something, and we didn't want to make it any worse, to make it get worse. I think the to be more specific, one particular report suggests he has a growing issue, but Tobeho, anything you want to add to that? Yeah, it turns out he wasn't fully fit.
Yeah, nothing to add. I said it after the game against Crystal Palace that no player did very well that game. As much as
I mean, the standout player
we
for me was Josh Archambault.
yeah,
That's that.
Joshua Pong did very well, but again, what I hated after the game, we saw our fans scapegoating Enzo Fernandez.
Hmm.
Oh, Enzo was horrible, blah blah blah. Now he's called. What next now? So overall, I think that during that game, our players didn't do particularly very well. Because as much as I like Joshua Jumpong and Trevor Chalaba, my overall thought is that whenever we have Tosin and Levi, I think it's much better in terms of those break line passes. So if we don't have them, I think we're struggling because we build from at the back. But like I said, even though Crystal Palace defended really very well, so overall, draw is a good result. And last night we won 5-1, and it's okay now.
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah, a good win. We could have won the Crystal Palace game too. We had good opportunities to win that particular game. We didn't. I'm trying for us to round off so that we'll be able to go relax and watch other games. As I said, we're gonna be starting doing weekly shows at least. Weekly shows on our sister channel, prediction show, maybe 2 times. Yeah, prediction shows and then review shows to get things up and running there. But Rugged Frankie, thank you for that. And Yakon is back. I call him Estevao. Steve will be, okay, you call him Steve. Steve will be reckoning. We need to back the lap and stop the number 9 flops superstition. The lap was excellent. I don't know what's wrong with our fan base. He was excellent. The only thing he didn't do was get a goal. And that's just that. He did his thing, and you could argue it was his inclusion into the team that made it even more difficult for West Ham United. Yeah, he did his thing, and I think he will score a lot of goals too. But a lot of people, you can say, the way they see football, they don't look beyond goals, assists. Yeah, goals and assists. That's it. They don't look beyond that. Most people don't. If you're a number 9, if you don't score a goal, you've played badly. Unfortunately for him, he was, in my opinion, I still say he was excellent. Yeah, but nice to see you, Yakon. Yeah, that's where the team has grown. A couple of years ago, we would have lost this match with a score of 2-0. Yeah, given the fact that we went 1 goal down on the 6 minutes, they would have solved. Even with the more experienced side we had at the time, they would have solved and end up losing that game. So I do agree. Yeah, a couple of years ago, we would have lost that game. The whole match, we would have just stupidly passed the ball and tried to score. Yeah, exactly. And Rugged Frankie says that the one that went to Madrid, the scored Hendrick. That's how I call him every time I can. If I don't remember his name, that's the term I used. The Xavi one, we did talk about. Let me just show you this quick. Which could be interpreted. I don't know if you can see the picture because we're streaming in a vertical format. Chances are you're not able to see it clearly. That's a snapshot. You can see a screenshot of Xavi waving. Some you could interpret that to him, you can say as him saying bye, and that's the Leipzig admin, ex-admin, with a waving hand and tagging Xavi Simons handle. That could be him saying bye because yeah, we were told before that game that that may well be his last game for Leipzig, and there's a possibility that's the case. And we haven't nothing else to talk about, but chances are we're gonna get the deal across the line. Let's see from next. They got United. Fulham is also a very difficult side to play. Okay, they got United. Is that the game starting? Big up to you to share, Wendy. I really like you said it's not. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Of course, you're my sister. You're gonna even if it looks bad, you're gonna like it anyway. Yakin says we don't have the the centre backs. I don't know. We could still. The chances are we still end up signing. We still sign one more centre back, and here's why I think that's the case. Even before Cowell got injured, I remember Fabrizio not once, I think at least more than two occasions, saying that the plan is to start. The Chelsea's plan includes at the time signing one more centre back and one more winger. Except if after signing Euro Hato, we've looked at you can say the number of centre backs we have and concluded, yeah, since Euro Hato can also fulfill the centre back role, maybe we're fine. But there's also part of me after analyzing the situation, realizing that again that Maresca, after speaking publicly, where he said something to the effect of that signing a centre back is a top priority for us, which is an issue. You don't say that. If you say that, if you go to any club and say you want a centre back, and knowing if the club in question, yeah, they know that Cowell is out. They've heard Maresca say, yeah, signing a centre back is the top priority for Chelsea. Then they tell you go get us an arm and a leg to get our centre back. You get the point now. So maybe that's why we started getting briefs from the club suggesting that no, we're not. We don't necessarily need a centre back right now. We're good with the centre backs we have, but if we see an opportunity for a good centre back, we'd sign one. So if you look at all those factors that I've mentioned right now, I think it'd be correct to argue that yeah, we're probably still going to sign one more centre back, but it's also chances are, I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. But one thing is certain: if Maresca wants a centre back, I think we'll sign one. But right now, people did interpret the whole, you say, his response when asked about the need for a centre back and the briefs we're getting from the club. People at the time were interpreting it as them, you could say, fighting or maybe not agreeing that he wants one, and they're not ready to sign one for him, which is absolute horse dung in my opinion. But that's, by the way, the situation is open to interpretation, so I don't blame people suggesting that yeah, they probably Spartan because he wants one, they don't want to sign one. All right, let's see what else we have here. Thank you, I appreciate you. And Yakin says that Sanchez might be the worst goalkeeper in our history. I don't think so, really. I don't think so. I get it. That goal he considered. I think the same mistake. Who was that should have closed down? Even though I know, yeah, we had somebody that should have closed down. What's the guy that took the shot? He also the same mindset as that defender that didn't close down, that didn't make a move to close down that the space that the player had to shoot. He also didn't expect the player to shoot from there because he was headed to his right hand side. Yeah, when the guy hit it and hit it so sweetly that before he realized what was happening, it was a bit too late. Look, these things happen, and let me tell you something. I don't think the club will be in a hurry to let him go. It would take a special talent such as Maignan for the club to make maybe say, okay, compete with Mike Maignan, and probably Maignan may well get to start over him, but I don't think so right now. You have to compare his mistakes and to his heroics, in my opinion. He's not the best. I think we can do better than him. But here's the goalkeepers. I think they age like fine wine. The older he gets, the better he'd become, and I think he's becoming better. Certainly, when you look at how his number of high claims he completes per game, which has helped us improve uh, our ability to defend set piece because he comes out and claims the ball. You can argue down to the fact that we hired a set piece coach. But that's by the way, I get your point. I don't think he's the worst. I think we've had worse goalkeepers, in my opinion. But let's see Javier. Benoit Badders will be boxing also. I don't want us to panic buy. I don't want us to panic buy. And I don't think that we don't do that under the current owners. We do a lot of research before we sign the check for players. Yeah. So anybody on the panel want to talk about Cole Palmer? I really do want to surround up as soon as possible so we can go watch games.
Yeah, the thing I want to talk about is Sanchez. Sanchez. I don't want to use this that okay. I don't want to say that okay. He's one of our weaknesses in our team, but it seems he's not consistent. Not that it seems it is he is not consistent. Today he will give us a heroic, you know, that heroic moment.
Mhm.
Tomorrow you will see him have another shady moment. And the thing is that I really don't know. In fact, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say maybe we don't need another new goalkeeper or we need another new goalkeeper because Sanchez is not giving us that okay that feeling that okay yes we have somebody at the back when this kind of a thing happens okay we have that keeper that can cover up. That yesterday there's no way you will tell me that okay you are not ready for a ball, that you see an opponent coming with a ball and you say that you are not you are not ready for anything that because when you see an opponent coming towards your
You should
18-year
always
boss, you
expect
know
them
that
to shoot.
anything yes, you always expect something that okay he might shoot or he might pass. So you need to be expectant at any time. So long that you have seen okay an opposition player coming towards you. So that mistake he made is one of those mistakes he usually do. So that's my concern because when we will have such a goalkeeper as our number one goalkeeper, we expect him to be at the top of his game at any time because being a number one goalkeeper for Chelsea is not easy for you to be number one goalkeeper for a top club like Chelsea. So we need you to be at the top of your game at any time. Yes, we know that mistake comes. Yeah, mistake happens, but you don't need to be prone to mistakes. Yes, you don't need to be prone to
And
mistakes.
that's a different
So
one because he usually saves that sort of shot. I think his biggest issue
yeah,
has
there
always
was
been lapses in concentration, like
yeah,
letting him
there
given
was
the ball
another
to the
time. There was
team.
another shot he saved that yesterday, but it was offside. There was another one he saved that yesterday, but it was offside. But you will like, wow, is it this person that made that mistake? That's the thing about him. He will be giving you that off and on moments. That's just
Never,
it.
hardly ever
That's
consistent.
my thing.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Excellent observation right there. To be anything else you want to add to that?
No, no, no. In terms of Sanchez, to be honest, as much as Victor is saying, I was pissed off with that goal that we conceded because we should have done better there.
He
And
should have.
after that, after that goal, West Ham were all over us, and I'm glad that that second goal was rolled out because they were all over us. So overall, I think we should avoid those kind of things. Hopefully, can do better against Fulham next game.
But
Then we move
what
on.
do you make of the fact that we had the opportunity to close him down? Probably didn't expect him to shoot. So two mistakes there from our defending players and him because he shouldn't have had that much space to shoot in the first place. As much as I agree
Yeah, yeah,
that he should have
yeah,
done better.
yeah. Coachella, sometimes a mistake
Sorry to
happens,
Beho, sorry
and
to Beho, I was asking, but let Victor add. You can come back.
yeah, you know that in a team, sometimes when your defenders makes mistake, you cover them up.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
cover
yeah.
them up. It doesn't mean that
I'm
if he
just
made
highlighting that aspect.
yeah, yes. And another thing I want to chip in here is okay. Chelsea, I don't know why they failed to relax yesterday after scoring the fifth goal. They were relaxed. They don't want to score again. I don't know why.
It's
They
something
have
that
the
happens
opportunity
subconsciously,
to make it
and
six,
that's
seven,
especially true
eight.
after making. You can say the manager tries. He tried to deal with that by making them again as many changes as he made, but it still didn't work. That's something that happens subconsciously, and as much as we did well in that game, that's where inexperience comes in. Naturally, young players when they're winning, they take the foot off the pedal. Probably pressure more will get them to score a lot more. But go ahead. To be sorry that Victor cut you off. I think once he drops, you can come in.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only thing I want to say, that okay, when we are scoring, because this season, in every season, goals count too, as point as well. Point and goals, both of them count. When you have the opportunity to score more goals, score them. Even if you score two,
Mhm.
Bayern Munich, they used to score 10. So if you have the opportunity to score 10, we should score 10 and count it.
Yeah,
That's just my
unfortunately,
observation
that's
about what
where
we need to do.
that's a factor. Again, that's where inexperience is an issue. Um, it's natural. Again, only natural that young squad like this score a few goals and then take the yeah. Subconsciously, they take their foot off the pedal. Tabeho, go ahead. Sorry, you can complete. Victor just he wanted something. He had to interject because he wanted to add something to what I said at the time. Uh, are you there, Tabeho?
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
No problem, bro. Yeah, I agree. That save you made, even though was offside, that was excellent. But overall, Coachella, you added something after the Estevao willing. I think also our player should have closed Pakata very early. But again, let's not let me just cut him some slack because he did very well for us last season. But overall, hopefully in the next game we should avoid those kind of things because it's annoying to you concede that kind of goal. But again, I want write off the shot from Bogota was wonderful. But anyway, it's football. We won 5-1. We should have scored more, man. After a beautiful chance from the Rhys James pass. You should have scored that, man. I don't know. But anyway, it's football.
Yeah, it's football. Three factors there. The shot was good. Yeah, our defending players didn't close him up. Didn't close. You can say close down the space. Three Sanchez should have done better. So, but we move on. We won. More importantly. So let's give back the microphone to those of you there. And Benoit Bada will be back soon. I think we've talked about that. And Yakan is saying every time we try to build from the back, Sanchez kicks the ball out of play. Why? Even when five goes up, he was kicking it out of play instead of finding his fullbacks. He's so mean. I mean, for me. And I agree on the ball, but he has issues. He has his own problems. Let me just leave it at that. And Rugged Frankie saying Robert Sanchez has improved a lot. Give him some credit, such as again, such a goal he considered can beat anyone. It was quick and unexpected shot. More so the DM didn't close in. Hence, Robert Sanchez didn't did such again. Heston, he should have anticipated the shot in the first way, but he didn't, which is an issue to an extent. CFC Vespa, thank you for reposting the stream. Sincerely, do appreciate you doing that. So, what else do we have here? I want us to round off as soon as we can. 9 minutes before the Man City game starts, let's start it. I think, yeah, even though not in an organized manner, we've spoken mainly about the game. We talked about the goals, talked about the some players, the performance of some players. We also, yeah, I think we're pretty much covered. Done the review actually. So this year, Maresca and Reece James not starting. Reece is one of our best players. I would like to start. I would like him to start every game. To start every game with him. But we have more players. We have two good fullbacks, and we'll use both, which is good. If you use Reece alone, I don't think he'd play 3 games without getting injured. Even though he stayed fit longer than he'd done in the past, I still wouldn't risk a lot. So kudos to Maresca for managing Reese's fitness. Uh, yeah, and I think he's getting the best out of him in that way, in my opinion. All right, let's see if anything new emerged. We have 8 minutes before that Man City game starts. This year, 3 hours ago. Potter's record as West Ham manager. Please leave Potter alone. Nothing new. I think, yeah, probably maybe later in the day we'll see uh, new stuff emerge. The first goal is the best goal. Pedro finishes well done. Yeah, that was a good finish from him. Hard to say to stay positive with, with Sanchez in goal. He will be the center of attention this season if we don't upgrade. Let's see what happens. If we upgrade, fine. But let's see what happens. All right. Anybody else has anything else to talk about before we call it a day? We have just about 2 minutes. I want us to go take our time to watch the other game. Anybody else? Anything? 12 likes, not bad.
Yeah, yeah, it, yeah. What I want to talk about is that the man of the match award given to Estevao. He did well. He did well as an 18-year-old guy. He did very well. I never expected him to do that, but he did so well with the assist. The youngest ever Chelsea player to assist in his debut. He did very well. But I think let me not just I don't want to put it that way, but Joao Pedro played very well. He played very, very, very well
He
yesterday.
played
And also
selflessly
Dilap.
too.
Dilap played
Selflessly
very,
and
very well.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and Dilap too. Dilap played very well. He controls the game. In he was very, very strong. And the thing is that some Chelsea fans were like, they were on Dilap that he was not scoring goal, but they forget that playing well doesn't mean that you must score or you must assist.
Yeah,
There are many things.
unfortunately,
There were many things
that's what the
Dilap did
average
yesterday in
fan
the pitch.
sees.
Yes, yes. They only rate you when you score or assist. They
Mhm.
don't care what else you do in the pitch. Whatever you do in the pitch, that's not their business. What they are after is okay if you had scored or you are assisted. But Dilab was so good. He was so good yesterday. His physicality, the way he controls the ball, the way he gives his pass, the way he created chances for our attackers to operate. That was so 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 good in yesterday's game. It was top notch. I don't like people criticizing him that he's not scoring. He's a
Yeah,
good player.
yeah.
I like him.
Unfortunately, that's something that's very common with the average fan. But that's by the way, to anything you want to add? I mean, before I think we should be rounding off now. I don't want to miss that game. 5 minutes before it starts, I think.
Now, all good, bro. All good.
All right. With that, we've come to the natural end of this particular show. I want to say, and but one more thing here. Up to Chelsea to you too. Is Vega finally gone? Yep, he's gone. Good luck to him. I think he will do very, very well in Spain. And up to Chelsea, Lushala Johnson. Thank you for joining, bro. Cook Badwe Carol. I think what Chelsea played against West Ham. If they keep okay, Sharif knows. I'm sorry, I was difficult to get what you're trying to say there. João Pedro made us forget about Nicolas Jackson. What a player. Excellent player. More complete. Better finisher. Any news on this? C. Stalin and Childwell? Nothing new there. But thank you, people. With that, we've come to the natural end of this particular show. I want to say thank you to Rugged Frankie, to Yakon, my man, and the Sharif, Alushala, Ikusho. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you for saying that again. Yep. Olushala, thank you for joining Rugged Frankie, my bro to be good, and my bro Vic on the panel with me. I appreciate you. CFC Vespa, thank you for joining. Rugged Frankie, all of you. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew. Born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue, through the silence and the roar. Still blue, even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shed and crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire